Anita, it is post time for the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Maker's Mark Filly and Mare Turf here up to Frank Miramati.
Thank you, Todd. Here's Win Maryland coming up to take up her spot. Lumiere Rock, yellow colors. Here's Inspiral. And State Occasion. In the gate, and they're off in the Maker's Mark Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. And no surprise as In Italian fires out and quickly takes command, hugging the rail and opening up a couple in the first few jumps. Fev Rover is up and on the pace, and here's State Occasion flashing sharp early speed too. Warm Heart secures a beautiful spot along the inside, right next to Lumiere Rock at this stage, and they're followed by With the Moonlight, Moira in between rivals, and Lindy is 3 deep. Win Maryland is on a tight hold on the outside of Inspiral, who moves up willingly along the inside. Inspiral picking up a couple of spots while tugging her way forward at the back of the field, Didia and McCulloch. Moving into the first turn with In Italian, the boss, has it by a length. State Occasion is racing in second. Fev Rover covers Warm Heart, who's down on the inside. They're a joint third. Lumiere Rock right together. With the Moonlight is inside of her. A little bit keen with those blue silks, 4.5 lengths off the lead. Then comes Moira racing in mid-pack. Inspiral is comfortable inside of her, 1.5 lengths clear of Lindy. Then it's Win Maryland, Didia second to last, and McCulloch continues at the back of the field. With less than a half mile to go, In Italian sailing along by a length. State Occasion has been second the whole way. Warm Heart saving ground inside Fev Rover. Those two have raced as a team throughout. Lumiere Rock, yellow colors, trying to move up now, has 4 lengths to come. Then it's With the Moonlight, followed by Moira. Inspiral awaiting some racing room. Blue Cap in between horses. Didia trying to launch a bid outside of her. They're at the top of the stretch. In Italian and State Occasion are head to head. Moira's trying to finish with some interest, and what a trip for Warm Heart, who burst through it. Inspiral is finding her best stride, and it's a big stride. Inspiral erupting in the center of the course, and she will get up to beat Warm Heart right on the money. Vintage Frankie Dettori.
What a performance from Inspiral. 5 horses lining up with about 300 yards to go, and all of a sudden they feel the jet wash from this move by Inspiral to take the Maker's Mark Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf.
A couple of things straight away. What a terrific ride from Frankie Dettori. And secondly, the distance of 1.25 miles might be what she's always wanted. She's collared Warm Heart. Speed, I always prefer speed than stamina if you're thinking about dilemmas, stepping up in trip, stepping back in trip, and that's got her out of trouble. Her brazen spree.
Her turn of foot. At the 8th pole, with 220 yards to run, she was 6th or 7th. And in 220 yards, she goes from 7th to 1st. She has got a blistering turn of foot. She was hooked up with Lindy. They were eyeball to eyeball. It was a sprint to the finish, and she just blew her away. When she crossed the wire, she opened up by 9. She was 9 lengths in front of the field, 50 yards past the wire. Very, very impressive performance. And this wasn't the original target, right, Rishi? She was meant to run Champions Weekend, ground too soft. This was the afterthought.
She was supposed to go for the QE2 at Ascot on Champions Day, which was going to be in bottomless ground. So they skipped that. And Cheveley Park Stud, who won this race with Queen's Trust a few years ago, trained by Sir Michael Stout, the man on board that day, Frankie Dettori, back on board in their colours on Inspiral.
And these are 2 gentlemen. When you take a look at John Gosden, you take a look at Frankie Dettori, they have connections here to Santa Anita. Frankie Dettori talked about coming here essentially as a teenager before nobody knew who he was. He learned some great lessons. John Gosden was training out here before he went back to Europe and had such great success. And now here over this turf course, they have prepared and in this case ridden Inspiral so perfectly here. Again, I don't know if everyone can appreciate, look at how covered up she is, the fact that Frankie Dettori could get her out and unleash this devastating kick.
He's got the horse to do it, though. That's the difference. I mean, we've seen horses in that position. They get out and they don't show the punch to finish. And I tend to agree with Rishi. In fact, I do. I think she might be better at 1.25 miles than she is at a flat mile.
She had been entered for races over 1.25 miles. The Nassau Stakes, which you'll know